Hello and welcome to our Stebbington podcast, Guardians of the Gigabyte. I'm Steph.
And I'm Debs. And together, we are the nerds you need.
Helping businesses become more efficient by utilising systems and software and improving their processes.
And whilst that may sound a little bit boring, we also like to sprinkle in a lot of fun.
So relax.
Get yourself a cuppa.
And join us for half an hour of insight and amusement. Hi, and welcome back to
Guardians of the Gigabyte with us.
Stebbington.
I was going to say I'm Steph then.
No, I'm Steph. You're Debs.
And I'm Debs. And together we are Stebbington Limited. So Happy New Year.
Yay, it's cold and it's January.
Even though technically this is coming out quite late in the month of January, and hopefully everyone stopped saying Happy New Year, because I'm always a bit confused as to when you shouldn't say it anymore.
Is it confusing or also get a bit bored?
Well,
after about a week.
But it seems a bit rude not to say it sometimes. I did see a LinkedIn post where someone actually wrote it down when you can say it. There are rules.
Oh, I like the rules.
Can't remember them, no.
Oh, but, that's where we were going to go with that. I was going to say, share the rules with us.
I think
then,
it's
Debs.
something like if you don't. Oh no, I'm not even going to try it. But yeah. So did you have a good Christmas?
Oh, I did. Oh, we did. We had a lovely. I keep leaning forward. We had a lovely Christmas. Thank you. It was really lovely. It was a really nice mix of like quality, just us with the kids and the dog and just chilling out, and then also socializing. We had a nice mix. So it was just beautiful.
Aww.
Food, like rest, and just wholesome family fun.
Food of Christmas.
I love the food. What about yours? Tell us about your food.
No, mine was good, but it was quite busy though in the end. I was hoping to have a couple of weeks off and not really do anything. But I didn't really have that.
No.
I think I had 2 days out of it where I had nothing to do and the rest I was doing stuff. So it was nice. But then coming back to work in January, we've been hitting the ground running, haven't we?
I do definitely feel like there is something. I love a new year. It's like why I love Mondays and the new week and the start of the month. I love a new year. That's the big one. That's the one where this is the year that I am going to be me.
Yes. And this is the year where you're going to boss it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you have? Yes, you have your word.
Yeah. I've got my New Year's resolution this year is to change my language as to how I speak to myself and others.
Lovely.
Yeah.
I love that. It's really important.
Yeah.
Words matter.
I think so, because I think, so for instance, this weekend I was decorating.
New year, new Deborah. Like, just for everyone listening, Debbie's never decorated before.
I've tried. I just don't like it.
She didn't try. She thought about it.
I tried, messed up. Me and my best friend, actually, we when I lived at home, we were like, it was study leave for our GCSE. So I know we should have been studying, but we didn't.
No one did.
And I was like, let's paint my room purple. So she was like, yeah, that's great. We got halfway through the room, got bored, just shut the door and went out. And it stayed like that for weeks and weeks and weeks. And then my dad ended up having to go and fix it because we never finished it. He was like, "You're going to finish like painting your room?" And I was like, "Nope." I just got bored. Anyway.
I remember I painted these massive Chinese symbols on each of my walls, but in gloss. I didn't know what gloss was.
Is that a problem then?
Apparently, yeah. It was really hard to get rid of.
Were they actually Chinese symbols?
Yeah,
then?
they were actual Chinese symbols. I spent about 3 days just doing them. I penciled them out and then painted them. Massive ones. I can't remember. One of them was obviously love. I think then hope. I can't remember what the other one was. The other two. There was 4. But yeah, the gloss. They were not. Yeah, and it was one of those.
Apparently.
Whoops. Because they kept going,
sorry.
it's gloss. I was like, I don't understand why that's a problem. It looks really nice.
It's shiny.
Yeah. But anyway, you have
have
decorated.
Yeah, so I didn't want to decorate. Well, I've never wanted to decorate. But this year, I was like, do you know what? I can decorate. So I was all like, oh no, I just can't do it. But I can. And I did. So that's good news.
No, but it is the language of the words. It's the mindset thing as well.
I felt good doing it.
And I think like even the littlest, the smallest one of changing it from have to I get to.
Yeah.
I really, because it does, I don't know what the actual technical stuff about it all is, but I know it raises your vibrations by changing that language.
Yeah.
It goes in slightly different into your mind. And then so like that, going in with a can-do attitude is a really good thing.
Yeah.
You can decorate, and she did.
And
ladies and gentlemen, I have seen the work this morning.
Yeah, you have.
And it was amazing. No, seriously, I love that colour. That was a beautiful colour. Maybe we should put a little photo of it, like halfway through. Flash
We'll
up.
edit up. That's what it looks like.
But yay, well done with the
so that was
decorating.
good. And also on that's a big shout out to Dawn Owen, who kind of opened my eyes to the way of language and the get to and have to. That's something she put on her podcast. So if anybody wants a really cool podcast to listen to, it's Dawn Owen.
Or us.
Well, obviously after us.
I mean, I'm all for plugging her. Like we love Dawn. She is an amazing woman, like powerhouse. Powerhouse. That
which
woman.
is our other word for the
powerhouse.
That's
our word.
Roadhouse.
Roadhouse is very different to powerhouse.
It's one of our words. Though. Anyway, moving on. So 2025.
Yes.
So we're bringing in this podcast every month again. You didn't get away with it if you thought we weren't coming back. We are.
We are not a 2-hit wonder. Oh no. We're here for another time.
And I thought we could start off with a new year, new me, perhaps with your new business. So, Stephanie, Bonnie, what is a good way to start on your business? You've got this new thing. You've been kind of you've started your business, you've got a few clients. What would you say is the best thing to start doing now?
I feel like you have an answer to this.
I do have an answer to it.
And judging from what you're saying, so I've got a business.
You got
I've
a
set up
business?
the name. I've got the email.
You got some clients?
Yeah. Oh, okay.
You started
Then
doing
I
it.
probably. Do I have software? Oh, in that case, process map. I would start with the process map. Do you know why?
No.
Yes, you do.
Oh no, I thought this was a skit.
No, she knows why, guys. Don't worry. It's not just me. We both know. Why is a process map important?
Well, if you get all your processes mapped out, you can then start to build your business and see where you want to take it in the future. But the way you have to get to the future is you have to map what is your current vision.
Yeah.
So process mapping is super important for many, many reasons. There was that reason. And also things like...
She's going to give you 2.
I'll give you 2.
There are many, though.
Then I'll stop talking. It's a great way of mapping out your processes so that when it comes to building your business, you're able to have it all in one place, and your brain doesn't have to remember everything. It's not all in there, it's out there. So when you grow and people come along on the journey with you, they can also see where everything is.
And I think a good process is just amazing. No, but it is exactly that, isn't it? Like, it's knowing where you are and what happens and making sure, because we wouldn't have businesses if we didn't have clients. Mm-hmm. So we need to make sure that those clients are having a nice, and you don't want like a big, long, lengthy process map of a process, like to onboard someone or something. I think, okay, just saying process. But no, it's like when you want to know, okay, so what happens next? Like when you sign up with someone, say like a coach, it's like, okay, so what are the next steps? Or a PT or anyone really, what happens next? Like we always like to give a next steps. Here's now you do this, then this. If you don't have a process, you can't share that with your client. And then client 1 might get a lovely smooth onboarding, but client 5, it's a bit touch and go and they're chasing you up and it's all a bit messy. And that's, I think, the power where process maps get missed out. But like you said as well, it's also being able to identify where those bottlenecks might be, where those gaps are, and how we can then, if you want to grow your business, so say right now you're like, this is my process, I want to grow my business. Well, you're not going to be able to have half an hour to an hour every time doing contracts, just that one task. You're not going to have the time for that. So you're going to know that you need to automate that in the future. Maybe not now, but when you grow, say, okay, right, when I start onboarding 10 clients a week, I need to going to invest in software so that it can do that bit for me.
We speak to a lot of business owners as we've gone through, and a lot of them, when they start to grow, they realise that a lot of the processes all land on their shoulders as well. And whilst when you start your business, it's generally you. Maybe it might be you and your bestie.
If you're lucky.
Maybe.
If you're lucky.
If you're lucky. But if you're not, then you will find as your business grows, a lot of those processes might fall on your shoulders, and that isn't great when it comes to growing your business. So
that's what we would literally call a bottleneck.
Bottleneck, indeed.
Why
so
is it a bottleneck?
Having having your processes all mapped, just you can start to see where maybe you could delegate things to as well. You can say, okay, well, I don't really need to do that. That can be for someone else.
But also, if you are delegating, well, where are they going to get that information to fulfill that task? Which is where then the software comes into play for collaboration. But yeah, it does. I think process mapping, and there is a crazy statistic, isn't there? I think it is like, well, there's like 7% of small businesses have their processes mapped.
Yeah.
7%. And the amount of people we do speak to and go, well, there is no judgment. We get it. Like, I completely understand when it is just you in your business, why would you necessarily map out your process? Yeah. But it really does help, like you mentioned before, the mental load, knowing, okay, this happens, so now I'm going to do this, then I'm going to do this, now I'm going to do this. Now, I don't know if it's the ADHD brain, but I really thrive on that. I like to know, I do this, and then I do this, or I do this, and then the system does this. But
yeah. No.
It's got to be in order.
Definitely.
Process mapping. So have you mapped your processes out? Where would you start? If you've never mapped out a process.
Well, there's a couple of ways you could do it, right? And one of the ways that we did this exercise a little while back, using a big old wall and coloured Post-it notes. That's always a great one. Find a blank wall somewhere. Each process, write it down on a Post-it note, whack it on the wall.
I just had an image of people just finding a blank wall in an office going, oh, I like this wall. I'm going to use this. And they just come along the next week with their Post-it notes in Starbucks.
Different coloured Post-it notes works really well. You could have different colours for different departments, different systems, or different like paths.
Yeah.
You can use it for however you want to do it.
Or you can just get a pen with different colours on.
You jumped in.
Oh, sorry.
That was my second idea. And she didn't even sound that excited about it.
Sorry.
But you can. You could do that.
I thought we were going to cut that bit
pens.
out.
Different coloured pens, and also, or you can do it on your if you're technical, you can do it using something like PowerPoint with different boxes, or a process mapping software which we like to use, like Lucid Draw,
or Smart as well. That's a good one, isn't it? Smart Draw.
Yeah, or Microsoft
Remarkable. Could you do it on a Remarkable?
Yeah, you could do anything on a Remarkable.
All right, we're not going to go down that hole today, though.
I love Remarkables. I want one.
Okay, shout out to Remarkables.
Shout out to Remarkable. I love you.
One day, Debbie will get one. One day, maybe for her birthday this year, because it's a special one, isn't it, Debbie?
It is a special one.
Yeah.
So, oh no,
she's going to be 60 this year.
I'm going to be 60 years old.
The big 60.
Who knew?
I'm going to run with that. Anyway, answers on a postcard of how old do you think Debbie really is?
Comment below.
But yeah, okay, so they've got their Post-it notes with coloured pens because they love the extra colour.
Yeah.
Now what?
Well, then you just kind of write each process. So you think, okay, somebody comes in via social media or website form or something. So I'd mark each of those down as a list. And then you think, well, then what happens? And you think, well, then I send them an email. So that would be the next process. Really just map every kind of step down as you go through it. And then by the end of it, you've kind of got it. And I tell you something, even just by doing that little exercise, you will find either places that you're duplicating data, that perhaps you think, why am I doing that step? I don't need to do that step because it actually doesn't make any difference.
Because you're actually doing that step 3 steps later, but you're just in a more kind of professional way or something. Yeah.
And the great thing about the duplication as well is if you notice that there's duplication in there, but it still needs to be in there, then that's the point when you can start thinking about automation and systems and integration and that, because you can think, all right, well, I don't want to write that person's name in there. Could there be a form or something that could automatically put it in there? Generally, the answer is yes. Yeah. Yes, there is.
I was going to say, because it's that thing, we shouldn't be copying and pasting from one place to another in 2025. I've been saying it through
You've
since...
changed it now.
Yeah.
Last year, you could say it was 2024. You could say it once this year because it's 2025.
Okay. It's actually 2025. Oh, yeah. I love that saying. No, it is exactly that. And also, or email templates. Mm-hmm. How many times people go, oh yeah, no, I searched for one that I've sent before. So you have to remember who you sent it. Even if you've got the right subject, you've then got to copy and paste. Make it a template. Yeah. It doesn't matter if you're on Microsoft, Gmail or Apple. They all do template emails. Gmail's obviously the better one for this. It does. It manages templates better. I've had it confirmed.
By who?
I don't know. I was chatting to someone last week.
Your mum.
And they agree. My mum wouldn't agree with me. It was your mum.
Well, no. She doesn't know how to use a computer.
We love our mums. Yeah. So,
Yeah,
That's it. So start process mapping, and
Yeah.
that's it. And it is exactly like you said, isn't it? It's just what next. So you spoken to someone? Do you follow up, or do they just disappear off into the sunset on their horse? What happens?
Yeah.
And this is like, you're always going to have those exceptions. We'll just add that in, but this is the standard rule. It's the standard. If everything goes right, what happens? That's the process.
Because then you can always go back to it later and then drill down in process maps of each of those processes. But guys, for the love of all things good, just process map your process. Like your
Map out
onboarding
your process.
processes. That's my homework to you. Please map your processes just for until next month, and then you can tell us about it in the comments.
Is this normal for podcasts to give homework?
No,
But we
it's
will
not.
be following up. If we've seen that
It's not
you've
normal
watched
at
this,
all.
we will be checking in. Have you mapped your process?
So that's cool. So anyway, on that tech gossip.
Oh, God.
Tech gossip.
TikTok.
The big news, yeah, off the
TikTok
clock,
got
tick.
banned
It
for
did.
nearly 24 hours. But don't worry.
Came back.
Which is hilarious because there have been influencers who have done the reveals. Like, there's this woman, she's made a whole thing, which is fair play to her, you know, brilliant, of what coffees to drink, different flavour coffees you can drink in the morning and that. And her big reveal was she doesn't drink coffee. So she's just completely, I don't know what, she's been doing that for a couple of years. She's built out this amazing brand. I mean, I don't drink coffee. I would never advertise coffee.
I don't get why they did this reveal.
because they thought they were never going to go back on TikTok.
But it was always going to come back in some form. Like, it just seems very short-sighted of them to go, all right, I'm going to reveal this now because it's never happening again. Like, someone will come along under the heels of TikTok and go, I'm going to build a new TikTok-like kind of, maybe it'll be an analog.
Isn't that what Blue
digital
Sky
version.
is to X? Isn't Blue
Yeah,
Sky
possibly.
the new
You've got
version
Instagram
of X?
Reels. You've got all of these other systems that can do that. And so they're just ruining that. Because then if they do go back... I genuinely don't understand why they did that. It's like they're throwing their baby out with the bathwater. Is that what the saying is?
I've heard that saying so much this weekend.
There's been a lot of babies being thrown.
Yeah, you can't throw the baby out with the dirty bathwater. I think, is it? Again, could we find out? Because we didn't do any
the
prep for
baby
this.
out with the bathwater.
Yeah,
That
you
is the
can't.
saying.
Or you do.
It's like cutting your nose off to spite your face, isn't it?
Love that saying.
It's that one.
That's a good saying.
I don't really get that one.
Well,
I mean, I get when you use it, but I don't really get why you'd even think if I'm going to cut my nose off.
Oh, I don't know.
But I can understand throwing a baby out with bathwater.
She can understand
If you
that,
weren't
but not...
looking, if it was dark, and the baby had bubbles on it, you might accidentally just chuck the water out.
Yeah, but you'd feel it.
Yeah, exactly. By then, that's why they're saying don't do that. It's too late by then.
I don't care. But back to the TikTok influence.
Yes.
I don't know why, but I know that the people were revealing their faces because they were like, there's this really funny couple. They're hilarious, and he never shows his face, and he's always just a cartoon. We've now all seen his face, so I don't know. But I do think it's a whole thing that we're not going to drill down on why it's happening. But yes, that was the big news over the weekend, and it was hilarious.
But I think
was
it's
here
quite
for it.
interesting in a way because it's like thinking about as your business, putting all your eggs in one basket. Listen to Remember the
Oh, look
today,
at
isn't
that!
it?
I'm loving it.
But
It's
if
your
you're
sayings.
constantly on TikTok, and that's where you're thinking you're getting all of your business, it can so easily be taken away straight away. The same with you don't ever own anything on social media. So if you
No.
post something or it's not yours,
No.
and I mean, when we started the business, everyone's like, you need to be out on social media and stuff. And whilst I get that, it's picking the right social media for you, isn't it? So, like, we are on LinkedIn. You'll come find us on LinkedIn.
That's where we hang out the most.
YouTube, because that's where we are now, and Facebook. But
And on TikTok. We are on TikTok as well. That's where we get to create.
That's where we do our fun stuff.
Yeah.
Until they shut us down.
But they didn't shut the UK down.
No, I know, but they...
Okay. I've just...
Well, this is my point. Anyway, what I'm
We're
saying...
getting there.
We aren't on things like Pinterest. We aren't on all the other ones because for us and our business, it makes no sense to be on those. So there's a lot of, I saw a post this morning where they were saying about is social media pointless? And as a tool for your business, I think it's really important. But
Yeah, I think so. For the visibility side, for remind the same way people have newsletters and you have a website, I think it helps with creating that like, know and trust. It's another way of network. Like LinkedIn, I find brilliant for networking.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like I've made actual friends from LinkedIn.
And it's not like I think sometimes people think they're going to go on LinkedIn, they're going to get like £5 million deals and that. But for us, we have never used LinkedIn in that way. It's
but we do attract clients, don't we?
We do attract, but it's like a happy.
Well, we never pitch slap. So I know, and I feel like there's always two camps on LinkedIn. You have those, not that they say pitch slap, but those who will connect with you, then message you, then give you add some value, and then want to call. We know the process, and then those that don't. And we're very much in the, if you like what we do, what we talk about, if we can help you, then get in contact. But we're not going to just reach out and just be like, wow, you look like you fit in my ideal. I just don't agree with it. I don't know if that's controversial.
My worst ones is when somebody messages me and goes, oh, we got Cindy or whatever they want to say at the time, and then I ignore you. If you connect to me and then straight away send something like that, I'm ignoring you. And then they message you 3 days later, oh, you haven't replied to my last message. Yes, mate. There's a reason for that. I don't want to reply to you.
Block.
Pretty much.
I block pretty quick.
But the new one I've noticed lately, because obviously there's a lot of AI bots and things in LinkedIn, which I think they're trying to do something about in the background. But the thing I've noticed is that some of them will have, they will find something in your profile. So they start off, so like, I've had a couple of people going, oh, I know that you're the nerd I need. And then just go on talking about their, like, I don't know, lavender scented bath bombs. I'm like, that's absolutely nothing to do with what I do. I'll be your connection. I'm happy to have a chat about, what you're doing, but I'm not buying them.
No, and I think that's the thing, isn't it? It's like, it's networking. The same way, when we go networking, we want to meet other business owners. I know there is that thing of business, but it's about growing your network, because how much have we learned? I don't think we would be who we are without our network, because of how much the different people that have helped us, like Kieran and Rachel from Woodhazel with the sales coaching. That's helped, like, what is it? It's when sales gives you the ick. They make it like...
They take the ick away.
Yes, that's what I was trying to say. Really well and articulate. And I do think social media, and for the personal side, I think social media is great, keeping around friends, keeping in touch with people and sharing funny things. But it is something to be aware of. You don't own anything on social media, and it should be another tool. It shouldn't be necessarily your only thing, because if they turn LinkedIn off tomorrow, what happens?
No, absolutely. So that was a little bit of interesting tech gossip, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, we went round the houses with that as well. I don't even know where we ended up, but we started with TikTok. And it went either way. TikTok is still in the US, and I'm really grateful for that, because I've got to say there were some fabulous creators there. And I think that's the thing with the TikTok platform. They really do encourage the creators, and they reward them. They reward those creators, and I love that, because some of the stuff you see is just hilarious.
Yeah.
I mean, the amount of funny husky videos I've watched now.
Yeah, your algorithm's pretty husky-fied.
It is, and I love it. I'm here for it.
Okay, so my last question is... on the couple of weeks we've been back, have you found any new fun software that you've enjoyed playing on? Is there anything you want to...
I feel like I naturally backed away from
or
you
not.
No.
Okay. Great chat.
No, in all honesty, no. I can't think that I've been on anything new. Just...
It can be like ones you haven't mentioned before.
So not Zapier.
Not Zapier.
Okay.
Unless you found something cool in Zapier.
No, I'm enjoying Monday. Monday has a new, it's not that new now. Still in a bit of beta testing, is the sequences. So you can add people, like, you know how you have an email drip campaign? Before you would do that within Monday automation, it actually has those Monday sequences. So like you would with, say, MailerLite or EcoSend, you can put them into that flow, and then they go through, and you can still say, like, okay, if they reply, then you can take them out. And that's a nice... It's still beta, so it's not perfect. Have it
before, did it? And that's on Monday CRM, isn't it?
Yeah, Monday CRM. So, before you would have had to say, if it was this date, then that. No, I think it is on...
It's not on all of them.
Is it not?
No. I think it's on from...
Check
Prime.
what one you're on then. But yeah, Monday sequences. I've been enjoying that. What about you?
I've been doing a lot of working within HubSpot, as you know. And I've actually been testing out the £18 a month subscription that HubSpot have.
Okay.
Gotta be honest.
Yeah, please
I
do.
have been a bit underwhelmed by it.
I think I like the analogy you gave the other day of it's the hand behind the back.
Yeah, it's like giving you HubSpot and letting you play on it, but with one hand tied around your back. For instance, they don't really have any automation. Well, there's an automation off the back of a form. That's it. The workflows are not included.
Oh, they are sneaky with that,
Yeah,
aren't they?
they're quite. It's such a great system, and I love it. But it's very restrictive. So whilst the £18 a month is good for some extra functionality, and also you can check out our playlist that's coming up soon for HubSpot, which we will be reviewing this. It does actually miss out quite a lot, and I'm not sure what the difference is between free and this £18 a month. I don't think there's that much in the way of difference. So
And that's the thing with HubSpot. Like, it's great, but I feel
however,
oh, hang on.
the good thing about it is you can get around these things by utilising Zapier. So
Zapier saves the day!
and not even necessarily paid Zapier. I've managed to get quite a lot of the basic kind of automation in with the free Zapier. So if you are using HubSpot and you think there must be a way I can get this sort of stuff sorted, for instance, we're creating a deal based off a form, I can do that in Zapier. All of these sorts of things. So I love the system, don't love the pricing, and also Zapier. So
yeah,
that is kind of where
Zapier's
I'm at with it.
amazing. I think that's the thing. Like HubSpot, yeah, it is a great system. It is, but you need that automation behind. It's like having the free version of Monday. Without the automation, it just looks pretty, and HubSpot doesn't even look pretty. Where at least I know you have all the information and it's there. But yeah, I think it's the automation that's really what gives it the power.
And it's sneaky as well. The thing I don't like about certain
Certain HubSpots.
the thing I don't like about certain systems, and this isn't throwing HubSpot under the bus, isn't necessarily anything.
just the way
it's
it is.
The pricings of things. When you've got a beast, and they have to cater to a lot of businesses and a lot of really, really big businesses. So I understand that the reason this is like it is because it's not really. They kind of make it seem like it's for the smaller businesses, but yet they're kind of catering to the larger ones. So you do have to kind of restrict a lot of stuff. But it's just it's not very clear. Like the clarity of their pricing, and quite a lot of systems are like this. You think, all right, yep, you'll be fine on that subscription, and then you get that subscription. And it turns out some other stuff isn't really included in that, but it'll be really odd stuff that like should be included on it. It's like really random. I can't remember. I can't remember what system it was, and there was one where to get this next bit, you had to go on to but it was just one thing. And I was like, why have you done that? Because none of the other stuff in that subscription really worked without this one thing.
and then,
And I was
but
like,
that's how they
rude.
do it, isn't it? They
That's
are
business. That's business,
They're a
guys.
little bit sneaky. We understand this. We don't appreciate it, but we understand why they do. How they do.
And that
But
is
it is
why
the clear pricing, though.
Yeah.
I really do think that because I know, like with HubSpot, I will always call them and confirm the pricing. I won't go off the website because I've been caught out. No, well, you don't know what packaging, and then you're going, but you can have this bundle, and then you can have. But obviously, they're constantly trying to upsell you. But you're going, but I just want the basic. What's that? Ooh.
Oops, I have to edit that out.
Well, I don't think I put it back in the right place. So
You're right. You're good. Yes, no. So I think this is why if you are looking for a system and you really don't know where to start, give us a call because we kind of know the little sneaky tricks and tips that they do, and we can help you out find the right subscription for you.
done.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what
Okay.
we do. We are
Well,
the nerds you need.
We are the nerds you need. And with that is our month over. Thank you so much for tuning in, and don't forget to like and comment. I'm not really going to be on
I was like, oh wow, Stebbington's breaking up. Coming up on the next episode.
I'm getting the ick. No, I'm not doing that.
Like,
But
share, and subscribe.
comment if you fancy. If you don't, that's fine. But hopefully we'll see you next month.
Thank you for watching. We really appreciate you. Happy
you later.
January.
Woohoo!
Bye.